In this video, I want to talk about the 3 different types of business ideas. You may have thought, well, business ideas, they're all the same. They're actually not all the same. Let's categorize them so that you can have some context of how to evaluate each type. And I know what you're thinking. 3 types of business ideas. Does that mean good ones, bad ones, and super, super bad ones? No, not exactly that. The first is what I call commoditized. And by the way, this is my categorization. This is something that I came up with. You're not going to see this elsewhere, but I feel like this is easy to understand. So commoditized business ideas are things that we know and have seen many, many times. Local cleaners, roofing businesses, home repair, dentists, doctors. There's a million such businesses throughout the world. Every city has them. We know them. And the steps to pull them off are known 100% precisely because they've been done a million times before. Even if you don't know the steps, there are many people who do, and your job is to find out what are the steps, get that mentor who is super expert, usually a person who's done that exact business before, and follow those steps as accurately and in as disciplined manner as possible so you get all the steps right and you execute exactly what's needed to make that business a success. And the product and market risk can be minimal because it's known. The demand is known. If cleaning business, you know that it's needed. Lawn care business, you know that it's needed. So as long as you provide the service well, you don't start it in an area that already has too many such businesses competing, then you should be just fine because you know it's a needed business. There's no market risk and the product risk can be minimized by you just executing it well. The only problems are those businesses are not too cool and sexy. They're not the shiny new mobile app or whatever. And they're not too investable because if you have a local cleaning business, that's not something that a professional investor might invest in because there's no high growth. There's no billion-dollar opportunity. But that's okay because those businesses make money themselves. They don't need investors. They can just make money through their own revenue. Now, there's another kind of business as opposed to commoditized business idea. On the flip side of that, there are innovative business ideas, typically using some kind of a new technology that pops up. And these make up like new and cool startup ideas, like a new Uber, things using AI, meaning artificial intelligence, VR, virtual reality, maybe drones, things that are new, cool, and unique that other people either haven't done or very few have done. These tend to be very risky because you are doing all the experimenting. In the commoditized businesses, there's no experimenting. They've been done. It's known. Here, very little is known. You are the inventor. You are making the discovery. So it's risky. Now, it's okay to say risky, but actually it's more than just a word. When you are on the wrong side of risk, at the end of that, not at the beginning when you're planning and you can say, oh yeah, I can tolerate risk. But when you experience the bad side of what you're risking and you lose money and the business dies, that feels absolutely terrible. So don't take the word risk lightly. It's actually very serious. And the biggest risk, of course, in these businesses is market risk, like the new Uber. Now, of course, we know it works, but when it first started, we had no idea. So there was a chance that the market wasn't going to adopt it. And that's the risk. Also, there's a huge product risk in that it's often complicated to build, but the market risk typically outweighs the product risk. Typically, product risk is manageable. You ultimately can launch the product. The biggest issue is, will the market adopt it? Nobody knows because it's innovative. But these things have bigger potential. These are investable typically, and they're typically high growth because you're trying to dominate a whole new space and you have this tremendous opportunity. Now, let's talk about a third type of idea, and that's what I would call hybrid ideas. Some combination between the two. For example, tutoring online marketplace. Tutoring is a commoditized business. Every city, every neighborhood in the world has some sort of a tutoring business. Maybe it's just individuals, maybe it's an office, but it's a thing. Now, where you can hire tutors online, that's kind of new and innovative. Same with online courses, kind of like that you're taking now. Courses have been around for a long time, but the hybrid is the online part of it where it's accessible online. Or something like Uber for cleaning services. Cleaning services have been around for a long time, but an Uber kind of for them easy order service where they just come to you and you order it through an app. Maybe that's a hybrid on these two ideas. So when you evaluate your idea, is it a startup business? Is it a commoditized business? So now you're aware of the risks of them and what are the issues involved with them.